Hello everybody and welcome back to the Fortress of Solitude. Today we're going to be checking out Dr. Aphra issue 39 by Alyssa Wong and Mingku Jung. Aphra's problems go from bad to worse as after freeing Tolvan and helping get rid of the scourge inside her head, the Doctor and Sana have to deal with TAGGE's fleet being taken over by the killer droids themselves. Like with bounty hunters, this issue is used to wrap up a lot of the story as the next issue is the final one in the series. Alyssa focuses on Sana and Aphra's relationship quite a fair bit, and while I really like their dynamic, it feels a little reductive as no new ground is being broken here. Aphra tells Sana that she deserves better and she always lies to her and everything, and she can't deal with people loving her or caring for her since that's not what she's used to getting. And while that builds good drama on the page, it's just stuff we've seen time and time again with Aphra, and it seems like we're just going around in circles here. TAGGE makes up the other half of the book, and the Scourge have captured her and plan on infecting her and using her to make them weapons, as well as help with their experiment to transition from cyborg and hybrid bodies into human bodies. Luckily, Domina has a failsafe in her cybernetics that delete all of her company data should anyone tamper with it, so it buys her some time as Aphra deploys her own infection droids, having tinkered with some of the Scourge droids and made them so they now infect each other, causing even more chaos. Something which I thought was very much fitting for Aphra, so good on Alyssa Wong for doing something like that. I like the idea that it just causes chaos. It's just something that's just Aphra personified. One thing missing from the book is Tolvan. She is in the first few pages as she has been cured of the Scourge and she is on the Archangel, but then after Just Lucky is dropped back at Canto Bight, she just completely disappears from the book. Obviously she is shackled up on the Archangel, but why the Scourge didn't try and get her back or try and break her out and take her over again or something is just so strange, especially since we spent the last couple of issues trying to rescue her. You'd think they would be a little bit more careful with her, not just leave her on an empty ship unguarded. Domina is rescued eventually, and the crew realize they need to destroy Domina's flagship, something which they've done before in this book, but this time Aphra tricks Sana and manually takes the ship into hyperspace herself, sacrificing herself to ensure the Scourge infected ship slams right into a planet and is obliterated. It is a really cool visual seeing a ship slam into a planet, but we literally did this 3 issues ago with one of Domina's ship, the Casus Belli, where they had to destroy the ship because it was filled with Scourge droids. The only difference now is that Aphra had to pilot this ship, so we could get a touching moment where she tells Sana that she feels bad for her and loves her and all that sort of stuff. You know, the usual sort of dramatic stuff as someone's about to sacrifice themselves. The penultimate issue of Dr. Aphra was really quite frustrating of a read as it had all of the elements to a great finale for its time in the Dark Droids event, but just retreaded a lot of the same grounds that are so overdone with Aphra right now, like her relationships and how she can't handle being loved or cared for. The Domina stuff was at least really interesting. I like what they were doing with her while the Scourge was trying to take her and use her as sort of like their weaponsmith a little bit there. But again, it's something that probably could have been done a little sooner in their part of the story, and I'm not sure why they decided to come straight to it right in the final issue of this tie-in event. It's very strange. The other tie-ins are doing the exact same thing as well. Here's hoping the final issue actually has a meaningful story to tell and caps off Aphra's story in a nice light. I'm going to give this issue a 5 out of 10.